Let's continue. Let's continue, shall we? Hopefully it's all cutscenes that are voice acted. I've acquainted the twins with the city as best as I could in a short time. Their unbridled enthusiasm made it rather difficult. Invariably something would catch their eye, spurring them to run down an alley to investigate. So it's like herding a pair of unruly cordials. Yep, that's the twins for you. Always ready to explore anything. I understand all too well. Surely didn't have the same effect on me. Right then. Now it's time we saw the inside of the palace. Papa will want to know I'm home and to meet the allies I've chosen. Giving how impulsive he is, so there's no telling what we might be in for. Athenium! What are you doing?
Estinian? When did he get here?
Why is he
What's
here?
the point? Why is he here?
Oh, you know this man? Whenever my father spots a promising opponent, he invites them to Sunperch to duel. Pressing duties or no, he can't resist a good fight.
So the one Estinian is crossing blades with.
Oh.
That will do, Spearman. I will receive my darling daughter. Know that you are the strongest I fought in many a moon, if not longer. It is the privilege of a life long lived to face such a formidable soul.
If it's formidable you want, then look no further than that man there.
I see you, warrior.
Hey, I'm on vacation. Oh. Don't drag me into this matter.
We had no idea you meant to visit Tyrrell.
I've seen what lies east. This time I chose west.
And thus did our itinerant dragoon make his travel plans.
You witnessed our bout. If you thought he was fearsome, that was with one head dozing.
I'm not sure I understand.
He's two-headed.
The old man has been feeling his years. The uncovered side is the head of resolve, and age has only deepened his love for combat. But But the head of reason, wiser of the two, sleeps more and more these days. As I understand it, the veil helps with the restoration of his magical energies.
Enough about me, Lamati. I want to hear of your adventures.
Lamachi.
A term of endearment. It's what my family calls me.
When last did we see you in the palace? Greetings, Solanash.
It's Erenville now, Don Servant. I took the name while abroad, and have since grown accustomed to it.
Erenville, then. And these others? I assume are Lamati's recruited allies. Ha! All tempered steel. Yet as much as I'd enjoy testing their metal, the hour of the right is at hand.
Then I shall leave you to it. Good fortune, my friends.
Wait, the one on the far left. We've seen him.
The claimants are assembled. The first promise, Zorolja. The second promise, Ona.
Wait, have we seen him? No, we haven't actually seen him. I thought he was the one on the boat, on the ship.
The third promise, Uklamat. And lastly, the chosen of Mamuk, Bakun Jaja.
That's disrespect.
You four will compete in the right of succession, the outcome of which will decide who takes my place as Dawn Serpent. I am not the man I once was. My wiser half sleeps the days away, and it is time I yield my position. But mine is a torch that has never been passed. Tuliola is young, and so I look to the always for inspiration. The right of succession, the means by which the autarch of Mamuk was chosen. Only the two-headed were deemed fit for this contest, but the Tuliola I built is a nation of many peoples. Our leader needn't have two heads, nor be a Mamulcha at all.
For all we know, it could be a
So
Lalafell.
I gave the right of claimant not only to the son I sired, but to my adopted children as well. Yet the opportunity to rule was still not equal. The That is why a recent tournament offered a place in the contest as the winning prize.
Now you have us to compete against. Though it seems the One-Head was already too afraid to face us in the...
Whoops.
Our brother was in Shock Tural leading the Landsguard on a campaign to eradicate a Tural Vidral. Anyone with sense would know he was too busy for games.
Now for the part you've been waiting to hear. The nature of the contest itself. To triumph in the right of succession, and thereby claim our nation's throne, you must travel the lands of Yogg-Tural. And find the sea.
Ah! Let's give them an impossible task!
If I may, Father.
Speak, Kona.
The Golden City is an ancient Turali legend, but after so many failed attempts to find it, the story has become more fairy tale than fact.
Honestly, I thought he would tell us to go after Tritorch. You know, the giant bird serpent thing that has 3 elements bound to it. But this is most satisfying.
If you would charge us with such a quest, are we then to assume you have proof of the city's existence?
I offer us proof, my unbroken word, for I have seen it with my own 4 eyes.
The city's real. All those years.
Why have us go look?
This was before the founding of Tuliobal. I traveled the lands of Tural with my companions. And we ended our journey at the gates to the Golden City.
You never stepped inside. Why?
I mean to have you do the same. But in order to achieve victory proper, you need to break the seal I put in place. Bring them.
Ah. Each one tells a story. Each one holds a key to probably the seal.
The Tuliyola saga.
You will retrace the path I walked to unite our peoples, step by step. Along the way, 7 chosen electors will be waiting to measure your worth.
7, huh?
Earn their keystones by performing the feats they ask of you. Once you've fitted each of the 7 tablets with the keystone, you'll have the key to unlock the seal on the Golden City's gates.
So the contest is in stages, none of which can be skipped by rushing to the ultimate objective.
Exactly. Exciting, isn't it?
Martial tournaments, hunting festivals, and now this? You do so love your contests, Papa.
Were I a few years younger, I would have joined in myself, giving you a proper challenge. You may think the ride is tedious or nonsensical, or both, but I am yielding our nation's throne. Let me have this final indulgence.
A waste of time. Just name Bakunja Justice.
Wow, how
and be
cringe.
done with it.
The rite of cessation begins now. I'll be watching your progress with great interest. And Clement, remember to collect your tablets before you leave.
Uh-oh. Crown, don't do anything crazy now. Don't be demanding things.
You are one of Lamachi's allies. Speak freely.
I am Cryo Baldessian, representative of the students of Baldessian. My name is perhaps familiar to you?
Ah.
It would seem you sent this letter to my orders some years ago. The ink has since faded and much of the writing is illegible. Even so, we managed to determine the essence of it. A request to investigate the Golden City, addressed to my grandfather, Galuf. Included with the correspondence was this earring. A fairy tale and a piece of jewelry were enough to convince my grandfather to sail halfway across the world. So there is surely some greater mystery at work here. On behalf of the students, I've come to seek clarification on the matter. Have you any knowledge you might share with me?
No, not at this time. I have tasked the claimants with finding the Golden City. To fulfill your request would afford one of them an unfair advantage in the right of succession. But once the contest is decided, I plan to entrust the entire truth to my successor. If you want to hear it, then you had best help Lamachi win.
Very well, Dawn Servant. On my honor as a student of Baldessian, I will find your Golden City. Thank you for hearing my petition.
How about that? She's grown into a remarkable young woman. You should be proud, Galuf.
Too late to change your mind now, I suppose. But are you sure you wish to be part of this?
Honestly, no. Can't stand politics, but if I want to see this golden city help crown, I guess I have to be part of this.
Our third promise is not wont to take no for an answer. Though you may have agreed to help, I worry that you were swept up in her relentless enthusiasm. Or perhaps you've been lured by the glory of the Golden City. Either way, this contest for the throne will place you and yours at the heart of political turmoil. If you are second-guessing your decision, tell me now. This may be my last chance to help you withdraw.
Life is a series of journeys, my friend, and there's no telling what awaits us on the long road. But what's important is to be true to yourself as you walk it. Only then can we hope to be content when we arrive at the end of one and step forward into another.
I want to. I've made my decision. I mean, I want to see where this journey leads.
So you are committed to your path? I will speak no more of it then.
Hate politics.
As for my own involvement, I can no longer conduct myself as a mere guide, I think. Not after the Dawn Servant's revelation.
Here they come!
It's Saralja!
Such a fearsome mien. Make no mistake, there goes Tuliola's mightiest warrior.
Alright.
First promise, our village needs aid. The cold weather stunts our crops, and the children of our village go hungry.
You can't
Once
just.
you ascend the throne, I beg of you, grant my people new lands, please.
Saralja.
Take heart, tiller of the soil. The Resilion son, blood heir to the Dawn Servant, has heard your pleas.
Soralja, the first promise and commander of the Landsguard.
Ah.
Saralja, the Palaceer. As he was so careful to remind the crowd, Soralja is indeed the natural child of Gurul Jaja.
And Resilient Son, is that another title, like the first promise?
After a fashion, common knowledge has it that two-headed Mamulja cannot sire children. Yet Soralja was born all the same, with the head of Resolve's features and the head of Reason's scales. An extraordinary example of life's unyielding resilience.
And a warrior's reticence. He says little, but the way he moves... I know a hardened soldier when I see one.
He's a natural swordsman, a gift he inherited from his father. Some even say that the son has already surpassed the sire. Should he come to power, the first promise means to employ that martial prowess in the conquest of foreign lands. For this, he and his supporters have been labeled expansionists. This puts him in direct opposition to Uklamat, who advocates for the preservation of peace. You may recall that she spoke of a claimant who cannot be allowed to rule. That is Soralja, the warmonger.
Are you alright?
The echo. It gave me a glimpse into Zoralja's ambitions.
Oh no.
Deep and unknowable, like an abyss. Yet at the same time, a roaring, unquenchable fire. It was a trifle terrifying, to be frank.
Second promise, you must bring us more marvelous conveniences. More dirigibles and trains and the like. We need you in charge to make trading easier.
Ooh.
The elders, they complain and complain about abandoning tradition. But we're not like them, afraid of everything foreign and new. You have our wholehearted support. With your ingenuity and knowledge, you're sure
Someone
to win
who
the
can
contest.
bring the future. Bring
Forgive me,
progress.
but the right of succession is barely begun. I will hear your petitions if and when I am named Dawn Servant. If you will excuse me.
Plain spoken, as always. That's Arcona. Practical to a fault.
Here we have Kona, the second promise, who spent time as a pupil at Charlian's own studio.
I've been there. We hung out there. We hung out there when we were doing the quest line, helping people make stuff.
Now that you mention it, I think I did see him in the halls once or twice. There was nothing to suggest he was Turali, much less from a royal family.
That was by design. He forwent his usual garb and took an Eorzean name to avoid attention.
So it was Kona who introduced the dirigibles. And the railway too, given what we just heard.
In furtherance of his goal, to enrich Tuliolal with every bright notion he learned of in Charlian. He is the hope of those who prize innovation. As aloof as he may seem, Kona and Wuklamat actually get along rather well. They bicker and batter as only close siblings do.
How gracious of you all to cheer the lesser claimants.
Nobody likes him. No one likes him.
Oh, come now. What are you afraid of? I'm no different from your Dawn servant. That my kind should reign is Mamulja tradition, and has been so since before there was a Tuliola. I'll brush aside your feeble contenders, and then you'll see who deserves your fealty. Well said, brother.
The Mamulja have finally found peace in Tuliolal. A pity those fanatics are intent on keeping that tradition alive.
The chosen of Mamuk, Bakul Jaja, winner of the recent martial tournament, and the only claimant not of the Dawn's promise. His strength is undeniable, but you see how he is. A few devoted Mamulja are his only supporters.
Be devoted to him because of fear.
What would he do with the throne should he win it?
His policies and so forth. I doubt he's thought much beyond winning the contest itself.
So in other words, he wants the throne, but he doesn't even know what he's gonna do with it afterwards. He's like a dog that chases after a car. Once he gets a hold of if the dog ever got a hold of the car, what would he do with it? It's like.
But one thing seems certain. If he does become Dawn Servant, he will see the Mamulja exalted as the ruling class, and all others forced into subservience.
So a tyrant.
Sounds like another that cannot be allowed to rule.
Where am I going? I guess she doesn't have many supporters.
We wish for one thing and one thing only, Third Promise. To abide together in harmony with our neighbors whom we love in this land we share. It is our way, the Turoli way.
Galul Jaja built for us this peaceful nation, and we beg you to preserve it.
You have my word. I won't let your pleas go unanswered.
Not a lot of people support.
Until Tuliyollal was founded some 80 years ago, this continent was ravaged by war. The eldest among us remember that dark era, and they are Wuklamat's most ardent supporters.
Ah.
Apologies. It's hard to get away. This is Namika, my childhood nursemaid. She's been like a mother to me my whole life. I told her it wasn't necessary, but she insisted on seeing us off.
I place our precious third promise into your care.
Want another taco?
Did you know Wuklamat was taking part in the rite of succession?
Of the Dawn's promise. I thought it was only Zoralja and Kona. If she has any accomplishments to her name, I've yet to hear them.
Compared to the two Mamulja, she pales in martial prowess. And then there's Kona, who's far and away the most educated of the bunch. I hate to say it, but it's hardly a competition.
It's fine. More than anyone, I understand how much better my brothers are than me.
That doesn't mean anything.
Better? Wuklamat. I have never thought of you as the lesser sibling. Your brothers may excel in their respective ways, but you boast qualities that both lack. A strength that is yours alone. Having cared for you for so long, I should know.
Thank you, Namika. Well, we ought to be on our way.
Yes, hurry along. I await word of your victory with bated breath.
Yeah, that's gonna be a while. That's gonna be a couple of days. You want another taco? Speaking of, we're gonna go get tacos, right? Right? What? We gotta get tacos. Tacos, right? Alright, I'm gonna... Just give me 2 minutes. I'm gonna go make another taco. I'm back, by the way. Well, so much for the brief reunion I had in mind. Cupboard is not one to waste time when he decides to act. I'm used to it by now, of course, but others are often caught off guard. In any case, we will talk about what we're going to find, how we're going to find the City of Gold. All we have to work on are the 7 tablets and their connection to the Tutorial Saga. Might I suggest first comparing the tablets against the pillars? We can check for any discrepancies between them. Yeah, let's go and take a look. Oh, God, that fell. Ooh. I feel better now. Because, like I said, I didn't eat much yesterday. And then when I went to sleep, I felt terrible. Like, I had bad trouble sleeping until near the end. Well, I'm home. That makes everyone. Buckle up, Matt. The tablets, if you would. Everyone has a tablet. And let's compare them to their respective pillars. Keep an eye out for even the smallest differences. I actually see it already. The gold markings. Unless I'm missing something. The glyphs appear to be identical. The only difference being that the tablets have hollows where the keystones are to be fitted. But now that we have established that the scenes are the same, where do we go from there? Said we were to retrace the path we walked in uniting the Ral's peoples, and that we would encounter 7 electors along the way. And we'll have the answer here in front of us. Papa's path is all laid out in the Royal Saga. Start from the beginning. The events the glyphs portray Do we know the exact locations where they took place? If one is close, we could go there and search for an elector. That would confirm you're on the right track. The Lay of Reeds was the nearby Hanu settlement. Papa took me there once. It was during festival season, and the whole village was alive with good cheer. There's also the Lay of Gold. That one reveal involved Pelu village, which is about the same distance from here. Before going anywhere, we should ask around about the road ahead. I heard a lot of talk as we toured the city about that storm we passed through. Apparently it ravaged Yuktaral several days ago. Since our roads are not as well paved as Erosia's, they're more susceptible to damage from natural disasters. If we want to avoid wasting time taking a dead-end trail, I suggest we spend a few moments making inquiries. I just want to go out now! If it's information you need, just leave it to me. I'll bring the information to us. It would be prudent to ensure we're prepared for the journey. I'll guide you to the accommodations I've arranged. Right. The reservation is under Wak Lamont's name. If you don't mind, I'll leave my companions to you. Certainly, sir. I'll go and track down the third promise. Once you finish organizing your gear, you can meet us outside Exploite. Okay. Greetings, visitors of Totoro, and welcome to the Horrid Cabins. Whenever you're ready, I will show you to your rooms. Data to designated information. Oh, is this? Who is it? Is this the innkeeper? Retire. Oh. 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 Ah. Yes. Oh, the armor. How long does this? Well, okay. That's the ring you keep on you until set it until So, can we not buy tacos here? I want some tacos. Trust you to be the keenest to head out? Yeah. But where are Aaron Ver and Buklamat? I wonder. Well, good, you're all here. Who might your companions be? Seeing as we needed information, I thought who better to get it from than the locals. These two hail from the villages we're thinking to visit. I give you credit for taking initiative, at least. What do you mean, at least? I'm honored that the third promise would seek my advice. I too am happy to answer your questions. Any encounter might be an opportunity to do business. Thank you both for your help. Before we begin, there will doubtless be other occasions when we need to act independently, so I bought these for the two of you. What's this? A link pearl, probably. She's called a link pearl, a gemstone harvested from a special shell. When linked together, they allow people to communicate across great distances. Is that so? What a handy thing to have. It'll be very useful on our travels. Speaking of which, I should get back to introducing my two new friends here. The Toyo Saga features a number of Toral clans. Two of those, the Hanahanu and the Pelo Pelo, have settlements relatively close to the city, so I bought a representative of each. As I mentioned before, the Hanahanu are a cheerful people who love their festivals. They make their appearance in the Lay of Reeds and their home village. Okehana is located in Kazamaku. The other smaller fella is one of the Pelu, a clan of business-minded folks from Pacha. They appear in the Lay of Gold and craft all kinds of marvelous goods in Wakuapelo, their village. Now, as for deciding which village to visit first, why don't you put that adventurer's instinct of yours to work for us, Ronald? Pick our destination. We'll branch into 2 quest paths. Okay. Story elements, quest rewards will not be affected by your initial choice of path. Okay. Speak with the NPC you prefer and embark on a trail for the right of success. That's good to know. Alright, I'm gonna go get me a few more tacos. I'm hungry.